As soon as I ask them to do this exercise, oh, this is very familiar. I've done this one before. And they make multiple mistakes. So let's talk through what some of those mistakes are, and let's show you how to do this as perfect as possible. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a band attached to some sort of sturdy object here. Now notice that the band is gonna be a little bit lower than the height of my elbow. So when I'm doing shoulder external rotation here, there's a little bit of this kind of upward trajectory going here. One of the most common mistakes that we see is people, they're like weak in the rotator cuff, maybe they're choosing too much resistance here, or maybe they just don't really know what the physical therapist or trainer is asking them to do. So we'll often see they're gonna extend the elbow. Now this is a little bit of an exaggeration. This is probably a little more accurate for what we'll see people do, is they extend the elbow. Now I tell people you should be stuck in 90 degrees at the elbow. It's almost as if you're in a hard cast. You can't straighten it any further, you can't bend it any further. If you had a laser pointer pointing off the bottom tip of your elbow, it really shouldn't move too much. So just spinning the humerus, or that upper arm bone, inside the shoulder joint, or spinning the ball in the socket while keeping that elbow fixed. Another thing that you're gonna see is you might have this tendency to want to extend the wrist. Now, if this happened just only on those last couple reps of the set, makes sense. You're probably getting fatigued and you're just trying to finish the set. But if you're really trying to move primarily through the wrist, you're not feeling a lot of tension or fatigue in that shoulder, probably want to revisit that and reassess. Now the last one, this one's gonna be a little bit harder for me to point out and show, but one of the things that we don't want is we want to keep the, we do want to keep the shoulder blade kind of in a more steady position. Some people have this tendency to kind of slide that shoulder blade back into retraction towards the spine. Now, you probably still get some tension through the rotator cuff there, but you're moving the entire system or the entire shoulder blade. We're really trying to isolate that spinning or those rotational movements inside the ball and socket joint. So after all of that said, this is generally what I want you to do. You're gonna have tension in the band, an appropriate amount for your strength level and pain level. You can almost see my knuckles are pointing pretty much directly out in front of me, almost even with my belly button. I'm gonna have tension here, pull to not even quite neutral, come back in. Tension on the band the entire time. Now this is something that's typically going to be a little bit higher rep range. These are a little bit more smaller endurance-based muscles. I'm usually using 2 to 3 sets, 10 to 16 reps, assuming that our resistance is correct. Now, using a soft ball like this is great. A towel roll also works. I like the angle a little bit better with the bigger ball, but work with what you got, and good luck.